At the very latest from Sydney now with Jessica Washington. And Jessica, so as the opposition assess the significant damage, Albanese stays in business.
This is an astounding win for Albanese and the Labor government. Of course, all the opinion polls leading up to the election had indicated that he would retain the job as Prime Minister, but we were possibly looking at a situation of him being in minority government. Instead, what we've seen, a result that no one predicted, a resounding victory, a very clear majority, looking at a situation where they may have secured more than 86 seats in the parliament. So certainly a clear majority there for them. But for the opposition, the Liberal National Coalition, well, they are left in a state of disrepair. They have been dramatically weakened by this election result, certainly not only by the loss of their leader, Peter Dutton, who didn't hold on to his own local community seat. He's now out of Parliament. That leaves the party, the coalition, scrambling in many ways. They now need a new leader. They need to also assess the path forward, looking at exactly what went wrong for them for this election, because this is the worst result they have ever experienced. So there are many questions moving forward. Will they have to reassess most or even all of the policies that they put forward in this election, and how do they rebuild from here? In the meantime, though, Anthony Albanese already doing a victory lap, visiting a cafe in his local electorate of Grayndler, where he did make some comments to the media. He said that the Australian people voted for unity rather than division. He said that politics can be a difficult process, and he sent his best wishes to Peter Dutton, and that he's also spoken to a range of world leaders, including the Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea, and he also will speak with the President of Indonesia, Prabowo Subianto, and Ukraine's President as well, Volodymyr Zelensky. No word yet on whether he's had a conversation with US President Donald Trump. Now, we've also heard from some senior Labor figures on what their top priorities are now that they have this clear majority and it's time to get back to business for them. The Treasurer, Jim Chalmers, saying that they will be focused on improving productivity. In his words, focused on productivity with an eye on inflation. He also mentioned some of the global economic uncertainty that the world is facing at the moment, specifically the relationship between the US and China. He noted that that does, of course, cast a shadow over the global economy, and that while Australia is well placed to face that uncertainty, they also have to be realistic about how that could play out in the world. The number one concern for Australia, he said, and for pretty much every country, is that global economic uncertainty. So certainly some questions for the opposition as they move forward. But in the meantime, the Labor government gets to move on with its agenda, with an opposition that's pretty much in scrambles. This is a dream situation for the Labor government. They get to move forward with they have a very clear mandate, moving forward with their priorities, while the Liberal opposition really has to look internally and focus on themselves first before they can look at the bigger picture.
All right, that's a picture from Sydney. Jessica Washington, thanks a lot.